What's up, YouTube? It's your girl DeeDee. Welcome and welcome back to the channel. Thank y'all so much for tuning in once again. So I am back, you guys. Now this time I want to address this because, you know, of course I spoke about the thing that happened in New Orleans, but I want to talk about this as well because this is all over social media, and this was another shocking event as we, you know, just ring in the new year, child. A lot is happening, and this is another thing that happened and is also shocking to me as well. So if you guys haven't heard about this Tesla Cybertruck that exploded outside Trump Hotel in Las Vegas, I saw this, and this was another one of those, you know, mind-boggling events that led me to believe that there's something bigger going on. And I spoke about it in my other video, but child, this, oh Lord, this is already starting off pretty bad for 2025. So the FBI is investigating this situation that happened. This Cybertruck literally exploded outside of the Trump Hotel, which was like crazy to me. And the first thing I was wondering about this was if somebody was in it, if the driver was in it, and apparently the driver was. So they're saying that it could have been significantly worse if not for the vehicle's body construction. This helped to contain the blast, so it wasn't as bad as it could have been. Of course, the driver of the Cybertruck was deleted, and 7 others nearby were injured when a combination of fireworks, because I did see fireworks, gas tanks, and camping fuel in the bed of the vehicle were detonated by a device controlled by the driver. The FBI is investigating whether the explosion is tied to terrorism, and some are even questioning whether this was related to the event that happened in New Orleans. They don't know. They're trying to see if this is correlated, seeing as these events happen kind of close together. And this was my question and thought as well. Are we going to start seeing things like this happening across the country? I hope not, Lord. But like I said, sometimes these are not one-off events, and this is crazy. I'm gonna go ahead and play a news clip to kind of give you a little bit more context on it and see what they're saying. But y'all let me know what y'all think of this. What do y'all think is going on? Please chime in the comments. But let me go ahead and play the clip so you can get a little bit more context. Here we go.
Let's talk about Las Vegas, because this has been a sort of interesting development. You know, the images of the Cybertruck parked outside the Las Vegas Trump property went viral. You know, sort of, I think people thought it was an accident and then no one was hurt. And so there was a sort of bizarre symbolism in that it was a Cybertruck, it was not Trump. As it's developed, it seems that this is being taken far more seriously. What have we learned about what authorities know and how they're investigating this?
Right, Chris. So according to the reporting of myself, my colleagues Andrew Blankstein and Kelly O'Donnell, right now, 3 senior U.S. law enforcement officials say that this explosion of a Tesla Cybertruck, kind of in the portico there where you saw that smoke rising from in front of Trump's property in Las Vegas, is being investigated, at least initially, as a potential act of terrorism, and that it was, quote, intentional. And there was a person who was found deceased. That is the driver of that vehicle. There were 7 others that were injured as a result. And so they don't yet have a specific motive, but some things they've found in the investigation leads them to believe that this could have been some sort of a terrorist attack, or at least that they should investigate it as such. Interestingly, Chris, I know everybody's going to immediately say, okay, we have something that happens in New Orleans, we have something that happens in Las Vegas. The car that was used in Las Vegas, the Cybertruck, was actually rented from the same type of company. It's kind of like an Airbnb for cars as the car that was rented and used in New Orleans. So the driver of the vehicle, who's now deceased at the Trump International there in Las Vegas, used the same car company. But we are told from multiple senior law enforcement officials that there is no believed connection at this hour between what happened in Las Vegas and what happened in New Orleans. We want to make that perfectly clear. Again, no known connection between what happened in New Orleans and in Las Vegas, but obviously the president-elect, soon to take office, it's his property in Vegas. There's been an explosion there. It involved a Cybertruck. So what message is somebody trying to send with that? That's something that has authorities in Las Vegas, federal, state, and local, quite concerned, quite interested in it. You're looking at the aftermath of it there on screen. In some other video was trying to verify, it appears that there's kind of an explosion, not a Oklahoma City style car bomb type, but definitely the rear of the Cybertruck pops out. There's a lot of smoke and kind of an explosive type of fireball type thing that occurs initially, and you're looking at the aftermath there on screen.
Woo, Woo, baby. Listen, now this is interesting. So my wonder is, why is it the driver, is blown up inside the vehicle? You know what I mean? This doesn't seem like an isolated situation to me. The question for most people would be if this is connected with the New Orleans situation, because it's interesting that in both incidents, they both rented or got these vehicles from the same company. You know what I mean? That they did it the same way, and the driver, he exploded inside the vehicle, and then they're saying it was detonated by the driver. So of course they got to investigate, and of course they got to, see if it was tied together. Although they're saying now there's no connection, no known connection. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if it is, because like I said before, a lot of these incidents are not isolated. A lot of these are they're very strategic in their plans and what they're trying to do. And usually it's not an isolated event. Allegedly, it may be something that's tied together or related. Of course, they don't see the connection, but the fact that they used the same company to rent these vehicles, to me, that says something. You know what I mean? When these things happen, once again, it's very scary. You don't know if there's an agenda here. You don't know if this is something that's being done, to spark a bigger reaction. When it comes to situations like this, you just don't know what the motives are. If this is something that they're putting in place to cause, like I said, to cause a bigger reaction, to respond. There's a lot of ways you could think about this and a lot of directions you could take this in. But when this stuff starts happening, the collateral damage is usually the innocent citizens, the people who have nothing to do with what is actually going on or what the agenda might be. If there is an agenda, the people become the collateral damage of a much bigger scheme, is all I'm saying. Once again, I just hope this is not an indication of more of this to come and something more sinister. But this, I will say, this is odd. I will say it's odd. And to just start off like start the new year with this is very mind-boggling to me. And why is it the fact that this was parked in front of the Trump Hotel that it makes it even more interesting and more, sinister in a sense, like what's going on here? What is this all about? I don't know, y'all. Look, I'm just reporting this news because I think that this was interesting and shocking at the same time. And this, along with the New Orleans attack, is very suspect in my opinion. I really hope that this is not an indication of what this year is going to be looking like, because these are some scary times in which we're living in, child. And I just don't know what else to say about it. But I definitely want to hear your thoughts on this. What do you guys think about all of this? Do you think there's a connection in the two events? Do you think that there's a conspiracy going on behind the scenes? What's your thoughts on all this? Does this have anything to do with politics? What's your thoughts on this? You guys are smart. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear your take on it. I'm really interested to hear what you think about these events that are happening already, the beginning of 2025. Let me know in the comments. Chime in. Let me know your thoughts. Comment, like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.